North Korea. It is surrounded by Russia and China to the north, the Republic of Korea to the south, the Sea of Japan to the east and the Yellow Sea to the west. Its capital is Pyongyang. The official ideology of the state led by the Korean Workers' Party is socialism based on Marxist-Leninist and Juche foundations. Assessing the human rights situation in North Korea is difficult due to the country's closed nature. The government has restricted the entry of foreigners into the country. Despite this, North Korea is visited by 300,000 tourists every year, of which 1,500 are from Western countries. The vast majority of tourists reside in the Kumgangsan Mountains, and only a small percentage visit the country's capital, Pyongyang. According to the official statements of the strategically important North Korean authorities, foreigners are only allowed in certain regions of the country. According to the official position of the North Korean government, there is no human rights violation in the country, and due to the socialist system in North Korea, people make their choices freely and meet their material and moral needs. Come on, let's see together, is this really like this? Can people in North Korea make their choices freely? Let's see how the North Korean state restricts the people living in North Korea and how they narrow their living space. One of the things that is forbidden in North Korea is to talk about the government. Yes, you didn't hear it wrong. In North Korea, criticizing the government carries heavy penalties. All North Koreans living under Kim Jong-un swear allegiance to himself, his family, and the state. Those who threaten or even insult the supreme leader are executed. Of course, this also applies to visitors. I would like to give you an example in this regard. American student Otto Warmbier was arrested at the Pyongyang International Airport for this reason while waiting to leave North Korea as part of a guided tour group. One person was arrested for stealing the billboard in the hotel room he attended. North Korea saw this as an insult. In North Korea, you cannot have a haircut as you wish. Yes, you heard right. Sometimes everyone wants to have a new look. Wanting a haircut may even be seen as new beginnings. For North Koreans, it doesn't mean that much. North Korea has a total of 28 haircuts for people to choose from. There is also a rule that married women should have shorter hair. Men are not allowed to grow their hair more than 5 centimeters. If you lived as a man in North Korea, if you liked long hair, it would be impossible for you to do this. Also, it is forbidden to dye your hair in North Korea. You cannot dye your hair to the color you want. Yes, friends, things that are prohibited in North Korea do not end. Let's take a look at other bans that you will be very surprised. For example, is there a job you want in North Korea, or do you want to do that job all your life? Here you cannot do the job you want in North Korea. In North Korea, all citizens are required to join the military when finishing high school. Men remain in the military for 10 years and women until the age of 23. I heard you ask if women are going to the military. Yes, women have to join the military. When you finish high school, you go to the military, and after completing military service, the state gives you the job you will do in your life so that you can continue your life. You don't have the right to choose your own choice, like I want to choose another profession. All employees are required to work 48 hours a week and only have Sunday off. In 2016, due to the new order, the people had to work for 70 consecutive days. If you live in North Korea, making an international phone call can get you killed. Unfortunately, a North Korean factory chief in South Pyongyang province was executed for this reason in a stadium in front of 150,000 spectators in October 2007. His crime was simply making phone calls with people from other countries. Imagine if you were killed just for this reason. That would be really terrible and bad for you, because no one wants to die just because they talked on the phone. Fashion allows us to express ourselves in many ways as part of our personality. We have the freedom to dress however we want, but not everyone in the world has that freedom. Unfortunately, you can't wear jeans in North Korea. Jeans are just one of the clothes that are banned so that they do not resemble Western civilization. The result of breaking this fashion rule is to go to court and confess your crimes in writing. You are kept there until someone brings you the appropriate clothes to wear, and everyone from your colleagues to your family is informed that you have committed this crime. The same goes for dyed hair and piercings. North Koreans are stuck in their country. North Koreans cannot go out of the country according to their minds. If they have to go abroad for any reason, this must be approved by the state. Few have succeeded so far, and many have died trying to flee the country. A few who managed to get out say they bribed them to smuggle them out of the country. If caught, they and their entire families could be imprisoned or even killed. If you lived in North Korea, you would probably have to walk to get from place to place. Imagine having to walk everywhere. Only 1 in 100 people in North Korea is allowed to own a car. Women are not allowed to drive. Even if women work as traffic police, it is completely forbidden to drive. Women were once even prohibited from cycling in the city, but this restriction has been lifted. Everyone who does not own a car prefers to walk. Really, this is very interesting. When you want to watch TV in North Korea, you cannot watch a channel you want. North Koreans are not allowed to watch television or even listen to the radio from outside, except for their own channels. Like the internet, they have their own state television. Anything that does not belong to official North Korean media is considered prohibited, because doing so will expose them to Western culture. On the cat channels, there is only news, so you don't have the right to watch a movie as you want. This is really the most interesting thing. We have come to a very interesting information. Smiling on July 8th, the anniversary of Kim Sung's death, is illegal in North Korea. If citizens break the law of this rule, they can be sent to concentration camps or even killed. So you can be out of your life just because you laughed. The same goes for being loud, drinking alcohol, or throwing a birthday party. If you were born on July 8th, you should celebrate your birthday on another day, not on July 8th. Shopping or other leisure activities are also banned during July 8th, and smiling remains prohibited during the 11 days of mourning. Using the internet in North Korea is against the law. The government has strict controls over the internet, and only a few government officials and a few scientists are allowed to access the internet. For everyone else, the government controls usage and owns a state-run network called Kwangmyeon. The internet is seen as a threat by the North Korean government as people from all over the world have access to each other. They think that information sharing and exchange of ideas should not be allowed. They want to isolate their citizens from the rest of the world. The North Korean People's Army, although it is surrounded by land forces, navy and air forces, it has 1.08 million active and 4.7 million reserve military forces. Almost 1 out of every 4 Korean citizens serves in any military position. North Korea is said to have a large and comprehensive chemical weapons program. According to a report by the American Union of Scientists, North Korea has at least 180 to 250 tons of reserve armament agents that will be useful to the chemical weapons program. At the same time, according to reports, North Korea is not as deep and comprehensive as its biological weapons program based on National Defense Research and Medical Academy. North Korea also has a nuclear weapons program.